My pranams to all Atma Jyotis, divine light of the self. I welcome all of you for today's session. Today the theme is self-acceptance. Acceptance of our own self. Let me start with a story. There was a king. He woke up in the morning. He was very worried. He was disturbed. Then Raja Guru, the guru of the king, comes and asks him, why are you disturbed? The king says, in the yesterday night in the dream, I was a beggar, begging for food near the palace. Today morning I got up, I'm feeling I'm king. I'm not sure which of this is true, being the beggar or being the king. In the dream, I was a beggar. In the waking state, I am a king. Now I'm not sure whether king dreamt that I was a beggar or beggar is dreaming that I am the king. Which of this is true? Rajaguru says, both are not true. Both are dreams. The waking state is a dream. The dream is a dream. Both are not real. Both appear and disappear. You are really the observer, the sakshi of the waking state and dream state. You are neither of these. The beggar, the suffering of the beggar does not affect the witness, sakshi. The wealth of the king does not affect the witness, the sakshi. Realize that you are a witness and become free from this concept of a beggar and concept of a king. This is the teaching which was given by Rajaguru. So for all of us, when we wake up in the morning, a body appears, mind appears, intellect appears. And we identify with the body, mind, and intellect. Without understanding, without remembering that I am the sakshi, I am the witness of the body, mind, and intellect. We get identified with the body and mind, intellect. The moment we identify the body and intellect, a suffering starts in life. All of us feel something is missing in my life. We don't know what is that missing in life. For everybody, there's always something shortcoming in the life. We are not able to accept ourselves as perfection. We always feel we are work in progress. We need improvement. Perpetually, we are focusing on self-improvement. Somewhere we have to improve. This project of self-improvement will never stop. I have to improve myself. I have to be better. I have to be better. I have to be better. Self-acceptance, what I am, who I am, does not happen to anybody. Everybody feels something is missing in my life. I have to improve it. What is something we don't know? The project of self-improvement starts because self-acceptance is not there. Accepting yourself as what you are is not there. Since you are not able to accept yourself as what you are, there is a agitation, restlessness within us to improve yourself. So the improvement happens in three fundamental levels. It's called existential seeking, existential suffering. This is psychological suffering and existential suffering, which actually happens by nature, existence.
Existential crisis.
It's an existential crisis happens in our life. All of us. And all of us want to find a solution in life. That's why everybody is a seeker. Seeker is, we think we are spiritual seeker. Everybody is a seeker. Everybody is trying to find a solution for existential problem in life. It doesn't exclude anybody. Everybody. What is the problem? First problem is, I want to live longer, as much as possible. Longer and longer and longer. I don't want to die at all. Prolong the life as much as possible. Survival. Every day, your life is for survival, fight against survival. I want to maintain my existence. The fight for survival happens every minute, every day. We are not ready to accept our existence will end sometime. For a person who is born, death is certain. Somewhere deep inside us, we cannot accept the termination of existence, termination of my life. So that's why the Yaksha asks a question to Dharmaraja. What is the most astonishing thing in the world? The most astonishing thing in the world is people see other people dying. Everybody whom I see die. But it never crosses our mind that I will also die. Every day we are trying to prolong our life. Somehow we have to survive. It's called having an eternal existence. Deep inside, all of us are seeking eternal existence. That eternal existence translates into the physical fitness, exercise, health of the body, and even having a children. Because if I am not there, at least my children will be there. My children are my copy. Some part of me, my existence has to continue in the form of children. DNA. Okay. So my existence has to be eternal. That's why deep inside, we feel that we are eternal. We are eternal beings. But because we identify the body goes to old age, death. We are not ready to accept it. We want to prolong the life through the body. We want to have an eternal existence through the body, which is impossible. We do all the efforts. So the eternal existence is called Sat. Deep inside, my real nature is Sat. But my personality, body and mind makes it temporary, limited. So that is one struggle which we go through in life. We are not ready to accept I am limited, I have to die. So there is no self-acceptance of death. Then second aspect is I am limited. I want to expand. I want to become bigger. How will you become bigger? By eating more, somebody will become fat. Okay? That is also limited. So then, okay, I will have family, I will have friends, I will have money, I will have power, I will have position. Somewhere we have desire for expansion, become infinite. No matter how you do, what you do, finite cannot make you infinite. So there's an urge in us, no self-acceptance that I am limited. I want, deep inside, I want a unlimited, infinite. That's where we identify with the money, power, position, relatives. That's called anatma. Somewhere we want to expand. Sat is existence. Ananta is infinity. We feel happy. I have more money in the bank, more money in the bank, more money in the bank. Happiness is a sort of expansion. I want to expand my life. It's called Ananda. Happiness I want to get through Ananda. Then Chit means consciousness. All of us, right from the child, they're curious to acquire knowledge. I want more knowledge. Child will start, what is this? What is this? What is this? The acquisition of knowledge. Everybody, even the old man, is so curious what's happening to the cricket match. He's on the deathbed, but still he's interested in what is happening in the cricket match. Right? So that's why Shankaracharya says, there was a man, old man, was on the verge of deathbed. He was chanting what we call as grammar, Sanskrit grammar. So Shankaracharya says, Bhaja Govindam, Govindam, Bhaja Mudamate, Samprapte Sanite Kale, Nahi Nahi Rakshate Dukrum Karne. Sanskrit grammar will not save you. So we have a desire for more and more and more and knowledge, curiosity. That's called Chit. Sat, Chit, infinite knowledge, eternal existence, infinite expansion. Sat, Chit, Ananda is our deep innermost urge. That we are trying to satisfy with the body, the mind, and the property and surroundings in the world. We are not ready to accept ourselves at all. We are seeking some improvement all the time. Self-improvement. Self-acceptance is not there. Whatever I am, I can't accept. The most popular books in the world are self-improvement books. You read so many self-improvement. Anybody's house you go, you see self-improvement books. Self-improvement books are more than Bhagavad Gita or Bible or Quran. The problem with the self cannot be improved. Your self is limited. Whatever you do is limited. Sat, Chit, Ananda, you cannot get through the body. No matter how much self-improvement you do, you will not be able to realize Sat, Chit, Ananda, existence, consciousness, bliss. Self-improvement is a project which will fail. So self-acceptance, self-non-acceptance will lead to self-improvement. Self-improvement is never-ending process. That will lead to self-suffering. The more you try, the harder you try, suffering will happen. Because every time what you try, still there is something gap. Every time you earn some money, there is somebody who is earning better than you. Every time you acquire knowledge, somebody is better than you. So the comparison, competition, and self-not-acceptance makes our life miserable. I can't accept myself. I cannot see somebody else is becoming better than me. I am becoming worse. Okay. So I want to be infinite. I want to be, nobody should be like me. That's called non-dual. I should be unique. But I can't tolerate somebody is becoming better than me. Somebody is more than me. Non-duality, I alone is required. It's there inside us. Nobody should be equal to me. I am the infinite. So this will lead to a lot of self-suffering. This creates what we call as my real identity is forgotten. Sat Chit Ananda. The Sakshi is forgotten. Deep inside, I know I'm that. Deep inside, I'm seeking. Everybody is seeking. Everybody is seeking that Satchidananda through different projects, which makes you happy. Happy means Ananta, infinity. But self-improvement has a limitation, whatever you can do. So then, really, only few people will go for understand the limitation of self-improvement. They start working on self-transformation. Self-non-acceptance leads to self-improvement. Self-improvement goal fails. Then self-transformation is yoga. Different type of yoga practice. I'll improve. I transform myself. I'll become somewhat better. A deeper fundamental transformation, not improvement, incremental. Self-transformation practices people adopt. Even that they find a limitation. Then they find the self has to be transcended. The limited self has to be transcended. Really, I am the infinite self. My nature is Satchidananda. That realization has to happen. Self-transcendence is required. Going beyond the self. I am the real self, Atma, Brahman. I cannot become Brahman by my limited practices. By self-improvement, self-transcendence, I cannot become a self-transformation. I cannot become Brahman. I have to realize my innermost nature as Brahman. What I am, I have to recognize. That's called self-realization. Self-realization only will be we accept ourselves. I can accept myself. And that only I can be peaceful. Real self, only I can be peaceful. This body, mind, and intellect is a pseudo self. I will never be able to accept myself as I am. Realize your true self, then there's a peace. Self-acceptance happens. There's a tremendous amount of peace called Parashanti. Until that point of time, everybody is a seeker. It doesn't include, it includes everybody. Somebody seeks through money, somebody seeks through power, somebody seeks through position, somebody seeks through yoga, somebody seeks through meditation. Everybody is seeking because they can't accept themselves as they are. You can accept yourself as real you, real self. That's called Sat Chit Ananda, Brahman. You cannot get it. Through self-enquiry, who am I? You have to find your true self. Then there is a self-acceptance. So the problem with self-acceptance is I'm not able to accept myself as a body, mind, and intellect. Constantly I seek improvement and perfection. And constantly I seek improvement and perfection in all my relationships. I'm not happy with any relationships also because they are also imperfect. I am imperfect, they are imperfect. But everybody is searching for Satchidananda and everybody is Satchidananda that we can't realize. Until that point of time, our project of self-improvement will continue. When you're really able to accept yourself, you are free, mukta. Anybody has a question?
What is self?
I'll check on Zoom. Anybody has a question? Kaumari, Suma.
No question, Prabhuji. It's very clear.
Very clear. Self-acceptance. Are you able to accept yourself?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Okay. So, anybody else, any questions? Self-transformation. What is self-transformation? Self-improvement is incremental. Self-transformation is radical. So, I am a human being. I keep on improving. I want to become God, transform myself from a human to divine. So this is a transformation. Jump I am seeking through various yogic practices.
How can someone become a god of yogic practices?
The fundamental shift you can through the pranayama, breathing practices. You're trying to achieve a fundamental shift from what you are.
But that is also still incremental, right? Like
No. I'm saying incremental change is what you do with the mind. So now you are trying to do fundamental change through various practices called transformation practices. That fundamental is big change. That's called transformation practices. It's like a caterpillar trying to become a butterfly. So the problem is still you are trying to become something.
Members of the order of Advaita. As with most common names, the application of the word is arbitrary.
Ziggy, stop.
Are commonly called caterpillars as well.
So fundamental shift you are trying to do through transformation. Yes. See, self-improvement is what I am. I improve myself incrementally. The question is, we should say,
example, self-improvement, self-transformation, self-realization.
Self-improvement. I'll give you example. Self-improvement is, I want to become a better person. I want to have a longer life. I want to have more money. This is called self-improvement. Self-transformation is you have heard that you are Brahman, God. Understand? I want to become Brahman. I want to become, it's becoming, still becoming. Egoist wants to take a jump. So people take a jump. They'll go to Himalayas, they stand on one leg and they do something. They try to do something to a fundamental shift to a larger reality. Self-realization is to realize Nanembudu, Nanalla, Ideha, Manabuddhi, Nanalla, Sachidananda Atma, Shivanannane, Shivoham, Shivoham, Shivoham. The question is, I should accept my self-nature. Only when you accept your true self-nature as Sakshi and Sat Chit Ananda, Brahman, then your restlessness will stop. That is the real self-acceptance. Otherwise, we are continuously, perpetually trying to do self-improvement, self-transformation. This is the self-improvement, self-transformation is the game of the ego. Self-acceptance is dropping the ego, going beyond the ego. The improvement and transformation is for the outer self, which is the ego. Your real self is already there all the time. Accept yourself as you are, you'll become peaceful. Can you accept yourself? Is the answer clear? So otherwise what happened? We always feel imperfection. Somewhere I feel imperfect. No matter what I do, even a biggest, richest man also feel imperfect. Imperfection. I want to improve. I want to improve. They don't know where the hell has to improvement has to happen. Is it clear? Self-acceptance is self-realization. Until that point of time, there's no self-acceptance. And as long as there is no self-acceptance, there's no peace in life. There's a completely, always restlessness. This is the problem of life. Okay. Shall we close for the day? Should close English session.
Prabhuji.
Hariom Vasu.
Prabhuji, I don't accept this body, so it's limited. So there is constant self-improvement. so that means is this the does the self have to accept the body in order to avoid in order to stop self-improvement notion, or is it that the person, the Jivatma, has to accept the Atma?
Can you answer clarify the question? What is the question?
So during the talk, there was a mention that I don't accept, body is always limited, constant improvement is there. Because the body and mind are always limited, there will
Yeah.
always be constant seeking of improvement.
Correct.
I don't accept the body or this body as it is. Does it
Yeah.
mean that
I don't
I
accept
am
myself as it is because I consider body and me as myself.
so I am is identified with the body, and that
I
is
am
myself.
body, I am mind, I am a businessman. That I am associated. Self is associated with so many things.
Okay,
That's not
so that is one comprehensive entity. I am identified with the body is one single entity.
right.
Now, where is this entity? Some fellow who is not accepting this I am the body coming. Who is that fellow?
See the okay. Now the question is,
Isn't
we will
it the
take the
ego
word I
only which
am.
is
The word I am will take. Okay. The I am is the self for us because everywhere I say I am going, I am coming, I am eating, I am drinking. We are saying the I am.
I am
right?
is constant, and
I am is
it is like
constant.
a witness.
So
It is
that
like a witness.
yeah.
Okay.
I am there in all of us.
Yes.
The I am is identified with body, mind, intellect. Okay, no?
Correct.
The I stands for consciousness and am stands for existence.
Okay.
But I am is always associated with the matter, body,
Okay.
mind, intellect, and the world.
Mm.
So it's a wrong identification is happening. Correct?
Yes.
Now, who is doing the wrong identification? The I am is the constant. So the I am is appearing in the body, mind, intellect as Chidabhasa or reflected consciousness.
Okay.
Okay. So this I am or the complete composite entity called Jiva and Atma together becomes one entity, a conscious entity.
Okay.
The Jivatma is accepting, is thinking that I am the body, mind, and intellect. Jivatma. So now Jivatma has to realize I am not the body, I am not the mind, I am the intellect, I am the Atma, I am pure consciousness, I. So that is the realization. So the outer part of you, what you call personality, is realized as unreal, mithya, temporary.
Okay, I understood the realization part, but where does the acceptance and non-acceptance come?
No, when you do acceptance and non-acceptance is in the mind. The mind is restless with this identification.
So the Jivatma is not satisfied with itself. That is what you are saying.
Jivatma is never satisfied with itself, eternally.
So it has to accept itself, that means.
It has to accept its own nature as Atma. Then the mind becomes silent.
Okay.
Understand?
So Jivatma has to accept it is rejecting the nature of itself as Atma, and getting identified and thinking that it is the body-mind composite.
Yeah. Jivatma is not understanding I am the Atma, but is constantly seeking the Atma through body and intellect. It is just instrument, pseudo.
So it's more of realization than acceptance, Alva Prabhuji.
No. When you realize that is a true acceptance, then the mind settles. Accepting you as what you are. That's the peace. What you really are, you are accepting. Right now, what you are not, you are trying to improve.
So right now, I'm strongly identified with what I am not. I think I am what I am not, which is the body-mind. And I keep on trying to improve it with the hope that I will achieve infinity one day.
Yeah, which you can't. You don't have acceptance yourself, no matter what you achieve. Only when you realize your true nature, there's acceptance, there's a peace. Then the restlessness will stop.
Is this also not similar to the project of happiness through objects that I constantly seek?
Yeah, it is. It is the happiness. The happiness you constantly seek. You are saying you are trying to expand yourself through objects. It's called ananda, anantade. You are looking. I brought in three aspects, three dimensions of existence: Sat, Chit, Ananda. All the three dimensions I give. Seeking. Okay. So there's a question. There's a question here. Is it not the other way? Realization of inner self leads to transformation of the outer self. So realization of the inner self, the outer self is called body, mind, and intellect, and which is associated with this called ego. Okay. Now, when you realize your true self, the outer self, what you call body, mind, and intellect, and you realize the ego is false. Ego is never was there. Ego is a false entity. So the body, mind, and intellect becomes the instrument of the real consciousness. Instead of saying, I am the body, I am the mind, I am the intellect, I am using the body, mind, and intellect for functioning.
So is the question asking if I have self?
So if there's a self-realization, will it not lead to the transformation of the outer life, which is actually the body, mind, intellect, and the outer personality, will it transform or not?
So here when someone says transformation, is it telling that BMI will become God?
No. The person will become peaceful. The person will become joyful, peaceful. He will start teaching. So the question is, when the inner transformation happens, the outer will there be transformation? Outer also will transform. Definitely people see the enlightened being, he is peaceful. So there is an effect of transformation on the vehicle. Okay. But it is not the self, it is the vehicle which gets transformed. So there's a question is, there's a teaching of Satya Darshana I gave. The Satya Darshana I gave teaching in three ways. Atma Darshana, Shakti Darshana, Satya Darshana. So this I say, Atma Darshanam, Brahma Darshanam, Brahma Darshanam, Satya Darshanam. So now, Atma Darshana is to realize myself, my inner self as consciousness. I am consciousness. The consciousness is Brahman. Brahma Darshan is entire universe's existence. Existence is consciousness. I am one with the existence. Brahma Darshana. Realizing these two is called Satya Darshana in my classes. Understand? So Satya Darshana is not transformation. Satya Darshana is Atma Darshana and Brahma Darshana together is called Satya Darshana. So the set of teachings are given there to deepen this understanding. It's not for transformation. Yoga is a transformation process. Satya Darshana teaching which I given to establish in Satya, the truth. Yoga comes under self-transformation where the body, mind, intellect, and consciousness is transformed to a higher level consciousness. They call it as cosmic consciousness. Is the answer clear? Okay. So let us close today's session. Asatoma, Sadgamaya, Tamasoma, Jyotirgamaya, Mrityorma, Amritam Gamaya. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Purnamadaha, Purnamidam, Purnat, Purnamuduchyate, Purnasya, Purnamadaya, Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Nanu, Nanembudu, Nanalla, Ideha, Manabuddhi, Nanalla, Sachidanandatma, Shivanannani, Shivoham, 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 Atmadarshanam, Brahmadarshanam, Brahmadarshanam, Satyadarshanam, Antarjyotihi, Bahirjyotihi, Pratyak Jyotihi, Paratpara, Jyotireva Jyotihi, Swayam Jyotihi, Atma Jyotihi, Shivosmiham. So there is a question here. In Jivan Mukta, an enlightened being, you see there's a calmness and peace in his embodiment complex. So there is actually, it's a effect of enlightenment seen on the embodiment complex. The Jivatma has become peaceful, silent. So the mind, body becomes, there's a calmness and peace. So this actually is the effect of the inner realization on the vehicle called body and mind. Whereas earlier in your self-improvement or yoga, you are trying to transform this vehicle in various ways. Jivatma, because you are identifying with Jivatma. So that vehicle you are trying to transform, where you are trying to improve. So the impact of enlightenment happens on the body-mind complex. The purpose of enlightenment is to become free from the notion that I am body-mind complex, free from the ego, understanding ego is mithya. So body-mind complex gets affected by the enlightenment. I don't want to call it as transformation of self, because in self-improvement or self-transformation, I am the body, I am the mind, I am the intellect, I am trying to transform and improve. In enlightenment, I am not the body, I am not the mind, I am not the intellect, I am consciousness. So body and mind and intellect gets impacted by the enlightenment. Are we clear?
What was the question?
The question is, in a Jivan Mukta, enlightened person, the body and mind and intellect also gets, we can see changes. So is it not transformation? It's a it's a shift in the changes in the vehicle, but I am not the body and mind intellect. In yoga, self-improvement and yoga, I am the body and mind intellect, I am trying to improve. Whereas here, I am not the body and mind intellect. Because I am not the body and mind, my peace is reflected in the body, mind, intellect. It's a vehicle. And I also realize that so-called ego is unreal. Is the answer clear?
So this self-improvement, self-transformation, self-realization.
Self non-acceptance leads to self-improvement. Failure of self-improvement leads to self-transformation. Then finally self-transcendence. Then finally self-acceptance. Is the answer clear? Anybody has a question? After transcendence, is there something to accept? See, after transcendence, there's nothing to accept. The acceptance of Jivatma, that I am the body, I am consciousness, will lead, is the transformation. So that's the final step, self-acceptance. Self-acceptance, I am Brahman, is the self-acceptance. So then that self-acceptance is called transcendence. So that's the last step of realization, self-acceptance. Okay, we'll close. In 5 minutes, we'll start the Kannada session.